The vast chamber of the Galactic Council, located on Orbital Prime, a colossal ring orbiting the star Vermidus, buzzed with voices. Each of the 67 species represented had its own vocal tone, from the deep hum of the Kelvirians to the high-pitched trill of the Irelians. However, one thing was unanimous: laughter. Humans. Zerkatha's deep voice, the representative of the hegemons, echoed. He was an imposing figure, with translucent skin displaying his nervous system glowing like miniature galaxies. You brought them here to negotiate? They don't even possess decent interstellar technology. At the center of the chamber, the human ambassador, Evelyn Drake, stood tall. Her features were serene, but her clenched fists betrayed her nerves. Behind her, a holographic projection displayed Earth, a small blue planet, insignificant compared to the grandeur of the galactic powers. "We are here as equals," Evelyn declared firmly, but her calm tone only fueled the mockery. "Equals," laughed Thralex, a reptilian creature whose skin changed color with its emotions. Now, it glowed in vibrant shades of red. "You've barely left your solar system. Your engines still burn fossil fuels." The laughter grew, echoing through the chamber walls. Evelyn remained impassive, but her eyes scanned the room, momentarily fixing on a hooded figure in the back. It was Commander Marcus Kane, silently observing. Finally, the Supreme Architect, a being of pure energy presiding over the Council, raised its voice. "Silence. It does not matter if humans are primitive. Their proposal will be heard." Despite the command, murmurs of derision continued. Evelyn adjusted the microphone and said, "Before we present our proposal, we have something to show. Something that demonstrates our true potential." The chamber lights dimmed, and the holographic projection shifted to display the void of space. The void of space projected on the hologram appeared lifeless, a deserted region between star systems. However, a small human ship appeared on the scene. It was an obsolete freighter, with rust marks and damaged panels. More laughter echoed. "Is this your demonstration of power?" mocked Zerkath, his skin shimmering in candid orange. Evelyn's voice remained steady. "Please, observe closely." In the video, the human ship seemed to drift aimlessly. Suddenly, 3 Zarnidian cruisers exited a spatial jump. The alien ships were colossal, with black metal hulls reflecting the stars in ominous glints. "Is this a simulated attack?" questioned Thralex, now in an intrigued yellow tone. The cruisers opened fire. Blue plasma beams shot through the small human freighter like paper. Explosions lit up the video, reducing the ship to debris. "What a surprise," murmured Zerkath. "Your ship is incapable of resistance." Evelyn smiled. "Do you truly believe we'd show our full hand so soon? Keep watching." From the shadows cast by the freighter's wreckage, a form unfolded. It was sleek, black as the surrounding vacuum, nearly invisible. Only when the light from the explosions touched its surface did faint lines of energy pulse in blue. The human stealth ship, code-named Spectre, emerged from the darkness. Its design was unlike anything known. Triangular, with edges that seemed to blend into space itself, its small panels shifted tones, mimicking the environment around it. The Zarnidian cruisers reacted immediately, firing in all directions. However, the Spectre moved like a predator, disappearing and reappearing. Its agility was unbelievable. Within the chamber, the laughter ceased. There was only stunned silence. "This is impossible," murmured Thralex. Evelyn's voice carried a subtle tone of triumph. "We humans are masters of adaptation. When we realized we couldn't win through brute force, we learned to fight from the shadows." In the hologram, the Spectre launched microfission missiles that hit the Zarnidian cruisers with surgical precision. Within seconds, the colossal ships exploded into fragments. The Spectre wasn't just a weapon of war, it was a symbol of human ingenuity. Developed in secret by a consortium of nations, Its technology combined advancements in quantum propulsion, metamaterial coatings, and near-perfect invisibility systems. Evelyn continued, "This ship is just the beginning. While others invested in size and power, we chose efficiency and strategy." Zerkath, stunned, questioned, "How many of these ships do you have?" Evelyn smiled enigmatically. "Enough." The revelation of the Spectre was not only a blow to the pride of galactic powers but also a message. Earth would no longer be underestimated. The silence in the Galactic Council was so profound that the faint clicks of an Irelian adjusting its posture could be heard. For the first time, the members' confidence had been shaken by something they could not anticipate. Thralex, attempting to regain composure, finally spoke. "Even if this ship is impressive, it doesn't change your position as a lesser species. One ship does not make a fleet." Evelyn responded calmly, "Do you truly believe we'd reveal all our cards? This demonstration is merely the tip of the iceberg. Our creativity has no bounds, and our resilience has brought us further than any of you imagined." The Supreme Architect intervened. "Enough. This revelation warrants careful analysis. I call for a private session to discuss the implications. Humans, await our decision." Evelyn nodded, satisfied. Despite the tensions, she knew the seed of doubt had been planted. As she exited the chamber, her steps echoed with a mix of relief and triumph. Marcus Kane approached, a slight smile on his face. "You did well, Evelyn. Now it's our turn to watch as they debate what they've never seen before." As they waited for the council's verdict, Evelyn and Marcus gathered with their team in an improvised meeting room. The atmosphere was tense but filled with quiet pride. "Remember," Marcus said, adjusting the status hologram, "getting here came at a high cost. Many gave everything so the Spectre could exist." The faces of the scientists and engineers present reflected memories of the past. Evelyn sighed, recalling sleepless nights and insurmountable challenges. "We will never forget," she replied. "Every scientist who gave their life, every soldier who defended our secrets, it all brought us to this moment." The story of the Spectre was one of resilience. Failed tests, alien sabotage, and espionage had made the project almost impossible. Yet, humanity persevered, uniting as never before. "Let's be honest," Marcus continued. "If it weren't for the hegemonic alliance war, we wouldn't have survived to this point." The memory of the war brought a solemn silence to the room. It had been a brutal conflict, where humans were nearly wiped out by an alien coalition. Only their creativity and ability to think outside the box had kept them alive. Evelyn broke the silence. "They underestimated us before, and they're making the same mistake now. Let's show them we're not just survivors. We're masters of our destiny." Inside the private chamber, council members argued fervently. Zerkath gestured energetically, his skin glowing in shades of rage. "If we allow this human technology to spread, they could surpass us in less than a century," he exclaimed. Thralex, now calmer, replied, "But we cannot ignore their value as allies. This stealth strategy could be vital against the Vorkal." The name Vorkal sent shivers through the room. They were a parasitic species whose invasions had destroyed entire civilizations. Even the most powerful council members feared the day they would face this threat. "An alliance with humans?" Zerkath spat. "They are unpredictable." The Supreme Architect, who had remained silent, raised its radiant form. "Perhaps it is precisely that unpredictability that will be our greatest weapon." When Evelyn and Marcus returned to the main chamber, a palpable tension filled the air. The Supreme Architect spoke first. "Humans, the Council recognizes your ingenuity and resilience. We have decided to offer you a provisional position in the Intergalactic Alliance." Evelyn kept her expression neutral, but inside she felt euphoric. "We thank you for the opportunity," she replied, bowing respectfully. "You will not regret this." Zerkath scoffed but remained silent. The battle was far from over, but the first step had been taken. Shortly after the session, an urgent transmission interrupted the human celebration. A Vorkal fleet had been spotted at the borders of Allied territory. Marcus turned to Evelyn. "It seems our position in the alliance will be tested sooner than we imagined." Evelyn clenched her fists, her voice firm. "Prepare the Spectre. If we are to prove our worth, it's time to show what we're capable of." The human fleet, led by the Spectre, engaged the Vorkal in a confrontation of epic proportions. The stealth techniques and precision of human weaponry caught the enemy off guard, allowing the Alliance to secure its first major victory. In the council chamber, members watched the live broadcast of the battle. For the first time, Zerkath admitted, perhaps we underestimated the humans. Evelyn, observing the final destruction of the Vorkal forces, knew this was only the beginning of a new era for humanity.